Eagles Nation, what is up? It is game day. Finally, we get to see these guys play. And it's been a long offseason, from free agency. Well, starting from the end of the season, not ending the way we really hoped that it would. And then not as far as, the literal last game because we won the game. But, missing the playoffs, obviously. And then going into all the offseason stuff where you sign Alshon Jeffrey and Torrey Smith in free agency amongst some others, and then you go into the draft and you get some pieces on defense and Derek Barnett, Sidney Jones who won't play for a while here now, but Rasul Douglas even guys on offense and Matt Collins and Donnell Pumphrey. So you go. Into the offseason, into the OTAs and the camps and stuff, and you're hearing great things, and you just want to see these guys play, and they finally do today. It's back, Game day is upon us. So, Bird Buzz answering questions from the fans, only had a few, but I believe that they're the perfect questions to send you guys off before this first game with a bang. So here we go. Question number one from It's Miles asks, what's to expect from Derek Barnett against the Packers? Now, I think that a lot of people will be watching Barnett and hoping that he makes big plays and things like that, and I think that's a very fair expectation. But what I literally expect from him, what I believe I can say for 100% positive is he's going to give a ton of effort and he's going to make a lot of hustle plays, and he'll stand out on the screen because he's a hustler. He's an effort guy, and that kind of attitude, that relentless motor, is one of the big reasons they drafted him. And I think you'll see that tonight in his first game. He's going to be, trying to fly around out there and make plays. That's really all you can ask for from a rookie and from your first round pick. So, from your top 15 guy, he's got to make some plays. So I think the expectation is that he will, and that he'll really, really give effort on every time he's out there, trying to make those moves and stuff. So, the next question is at the Folk 2 times asks, do you consider Sidney Jones a full-time starter once he is healthy? And I touched on it before. We drafted Sidney Jones in the second round. He was a top 15 talent prior to his injury at his pro day, which is the Achilles tear, and I believe that once he is healthy, he will be a full-time starter. I think you'd consider him even in the top 15. They get him in the second round. Maybe that injury was a blessing in disguise for him coming to a team in the Eagles that has a ferocious pass rush and some other guys back there that can help out at safety and things like that. So, it's yet to be seen if Sidney Jones or any of these guys turn out to be great players. But, so far, you got to think that they'll at least get their shot. So, yeah, I definitely see Sidney Jones as that kind of, full-time outside cornerback that that the Eagles desperately need. And it needs to be one of their own guys that they pick, because this whole signing big free agents thing, it hasn't worked for them with corners. So, Sidney Jones comes back healthy. He's a full-time starter outside, and let's just hope that he's going to give us everything we bargained for him when we got him. So hopefully we get everything that's in store there. Okay, and the last question is at SmithBoy93. He asks, which rookie will have the best performance versus Green Bay? And that'll wrap it up for the questions. I'm going to say Derek Barnett, just because I think that he's going to, if he can make plays, I'll grade that most likely as higher than, the expectation for me is that Derek Barnett plays against the best Packers team, that can be put on the field. I think he'll be out there with the starters. I think he'll get early rotations in. And I don't think he's going to start the game, but early rotations in so he can go against a starting unit. Obviously no Aaron Rodgers, but the number one team the Packers put out there. And also because I think as, guys get subbed out, he'll still play. He'll be on the field a lot. So I think he'll be on the field a lot, and his effort and hustle, I think it will show in how he makes things happen out there. And Hopefully, Matt Collins, Donnell Pumphrey, Shelton Gibson. Hopefully they make plays, but and Rasul Douglas, obviously, who's probably the other guy that's going to get a lot of good looks out there. But the other guys, the later guys, they're more likely, like Greg Ward, even maybe, but those guys are going to be playing a little later on in the game and not. They could be early in the game, but I think that they'll be playing later more than early. So I'm looking for the early players in Barnett and even Douglas maybe, but Barnett definitely. So that's an easy pick, especially with Sidney Jones out. But I really do think it. So enjoy the game, guys. I got to start getting ready for work. I am shooting this morning, game day morning, and I'm just about to go to work and. It's just going to be a fun countdown to the game. I mean, the Eagles play today. There's nothing more to say. I mean, is that the most awesome thing you've heard, since probably the last time they played. So, so the Eagles play today, guys. Eagles, Green Bay. They flew out there and they got a game against the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. So, look for these guys to come out. Look for Carson Wentz to be sharp. Early in the game, he's going to get pulled, and then you'll see McGloin and the other QBs, and just watch for these rookies and these new guys, man. It's going to be a fun time. So, enjoy your day and fly Eagles fly, man. See you next time. See you after the game for the post game, and fly Eagles fly. Let's go Birds!